I'm quickly becoming Highguard's strongest soldier, and that's solely for the reason that I truly do believe that games should be given a chance. And from what I've seen and from what I've played since launch, I think Highguard has the opportunity to make a name for themselves in the gaming sphere and have a pretty successful run as a live service game. And the reason for that are plentyfold, but I'll just go through all of my thoughts one by one. One, I think it's a pretty fun game. I think it fits a niche. I think it doesn't ask you to learn too much. I think you can translate a lot of skills that you have in other games into this game. If you're good at Call of Duty, if you're good at Apex Legends, if you're good at Fortnite, if you're good at Marvel Rivals, if you're good at Overwatch, I think you'll be fine. You will have no issue playing Highguard. Maybe you don't like the gameplay loop and what the game asks you to do, but I think there are a lot of transferable skills because it is just a first-person shooter at the end of the day. The only difference is what the end goal is while you're playing. The goal and what you need to achieve while you're playing is the only thing that changes about Highguard. Outside of that, it's a similar game. If you like Rainbow Six Siege, if you like all these games, I think you will have a good time with Highguard. Secondly, I think it released at a very good time. I've always said that for all of the major games, you really only get a big three before everyone's picking at scraps. And what's funny about that, or interesting to say the least, is it seems that they are starting to splinter the genres more to where it's no longer just one big three, and that there are some micro genres that are on the side that can garner a fan base. And what I mean by that is, for shooting, your big three is typically whatever Tom Clancy game is out, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. That's typically the large three that command most of people's attention, and then everyone else gets what's going on at that point. And then Battle Royales, it's kind of manipulated and evolved now, because now you kind of have Fortnite in there, and then you got PUBG in there, and so now it's kind of a subgenre of Battle Royale where you can get a couple people in your Battle Royale and then everyone else fights over the scraps. I think the largest ones at this current moment are your Fortnites, your PUBGs, and maybe Naraka Blade Point. I can't really think of a strong third right now, which means that there's opportunity for someone to come in and make a really, really good one, and we'll see. For fighting games, it's always, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. Everyone else is fighting for scraps. If one of those three is doing, or if all three of those guys are doing extremely well and they have a really good game out, then you're going to be fighting for scraps if you release a fighting game at that time. So the niche that I feel like Highguard fits into is that offshoot market of shooting game, where your kind of Apex Legends slotted in, where your Rainbow Six Siege slotted in. I think that if it can make a really strong hold in that kind of niche offshoot genre, it will have a dedicated community that will continuously play the game, be there for all the updates, spend money on the game, and have a lot of fun. And I think that'll help its growth and its sustainability. Also, it's a smaller dev team, which is really, really good for them. They don't have to worry as much about the larger investors and all the big corpo stuff you have to worry about when you're under a bigger umbrella. So that allows them to do things a lot faster and listen to community feedback a lot sooner. They added 5v5 very quickly. They updated a lot of the UI elements and just options available in-game very quickly, and that was because they are smaller. So being smaller, that allows them to make a lot of changes very quickly, and that will help them make a name for themselves in the market. Next point, I think it released at a very, very good time. It released at the tail end of January. No one else in the similar market was releasing at that time. Arc Raiders has this dedicated fan base that are already playing that game. You got the Call of Duty and Battlefield boys who are doing their thing. Overwatch and Marvel Rivals guys are doing their thing. And your Fortnite and Apex Legends are doing their own thing. Those are established communities. You never want to release too close to larger projects. And the fact that Marathon releases a month ahead or a month and a half ahead, that gives Highguard enough time to find their footing and iron out all the wrinkles that they already have so that they can satisfy the community at large. Like I said, I have enjoyed my time with Highguard. I really do hope that they are successful. I hope that they continue to release patches. I'm continuously playing the game. I play the game maybe every day now. Not for a super long period of time. I think I do maybe like an hour or two every day. But it's still very fun. It's fun to come back to. I do like the gameplay loop. And I think the more wardens and legends and heroes that they release and the more maps that they release, they have a year plan for content, and I hope they stick to it. But I think they can make something of this, because there are a lot of games that launch and people hated them in the beginning, but eventually became really popular and loved games. Rainbow Six Siege struggled in the beginning, but it over years and time and dedication became a super popular game. For Honor was a nothing burger for the longest time, but over time, with dedication and putting more effort into the game, it became a popular game. I think Highguard can do the same thing, and I hope for the same thing for Highguard. But this is just me as a fan, and a fan of gaming in general, and a fan of Highguard more specifically. Thanks for watching. Behave yourself.